Hello and welcome back, everybody, to the third annual Alternis Streamathon. I know it's late slash early, but we're still going. We're still going to have fun, and we do still have a giveaway. I need to double check what that is. I do not remember if it is a PDF or a physical copy, but it is a copy of Shadowrun 6th edition. I want to say core rulebook, but like I said, let me double check.
Gives me time to
Giveaway,
actually
giveaway,
plug that
giveaway.
in there.
Where did she send me it? I should be more prepared for this. Half a moment. I talk with Elizabeth too much. All right. Yes, we are giving away a copy of the Shadowrun 6th edition PDF, the core rulebook. If you would like to be entered for a chance to win, you can type hashtag REMPC in the chat for one entry. Every 100 bits is one entry, and if you subscribe, that is 7. Not cumulative. Every REMPC gets you 1, but every 100 bits gets you 1. So 1 REMPC, you can spend as many bits as you like. If that made sense.
Yep.
It's nearly 1 a.m. for me. I may not make a whole lot of sense, and Kinder says we're not getting audio for it.
That's weird. I show it.
Okay, he said there we go. Okay. I don't know how much of that you guys caught or came through. But just in case, we are giving away a Shadowrun 6th edition core rulebook PDF. And to be entered for a chance to win that, just type hashtag REMPC in the chat for 1 entry. Or you can spend 100 bits for 1 entry per 100 bits. And a subscription gets you 7. The only cumulative entries are the bits. Oh, okay, so it was a problem on Billy's end. All right. So, right now, we are not playing Shadowrun, but we are pretty close. We are playing a game called CBR+PNK. It is a minimalist Forged in the Dark hack, specifically for cinematic one-shot sessions. So I thought it was perfect for this. So, as in Shadowrun, the player characters are a team of runners, mercs, criminals, and activists living on the edge and running in the shadows of a gritty, ultra-violent world. Okay, the fixer is an anonymous figure with a flat voice known as Operator. The Operator believes that runners are disposable. If one dies, another will come along and finish the job. So the background for this, it can be any in the cyberpunk genre, high-tech, class struggle, corporateocracy, that is the word, etc. High class, or what is it? High-tech, low-life?
Yeah, high-tech, low-life.
Yeah. So, and for this game, every time you play an entire new cast of characters doing their last run. This is the last big one, right before they retire, supposedly. So, and because character creation is so quick, I decided that we create them on stream. I cannot keep up that cadence in my voice this entire time because I am going to lose it quite quickly. So, your player character, obviously, what do you guys want to play first? What kind of archetype do you want to play? Are you the hacker? Are you the solo, the samurai with the sword, the gunslinger? Combination does not matter because I can tailor the run to whatever you decide.
Do you want us to give preferences and also introductions?
Oh, yes. Let's do that. It is way too late. Before we get into all of that, well, I'll introduce myself. If you watched the last game, you're familiar. If you've been around Alternis anytime in the last 3 years, you likely know my name and or face and or voice. I am Ava Rogers. I am the crowdfunding director for Alternis, which means all of the Kickstarters that you see us advertising
Promoting.
Pitching. Promoting. Thank you. That's going to be common tonight. I am so sorry ahead of time. All the Kickstarters you see us promoting, I'm behind those. I run everything behind the scenes. I make sure we get all the artwork. I make sure everything runs smoothly. And I also am the producer for the Alternia Archives podcast. And a lot of other things. I am so busy all the time. So, Vorrt, who are you?
I am Vorrt. I generally am only on Monday nights on the Paranormal Albany stream with Ava, but I'm also here, there, and a little bit everywhere when situations are needed. I'm somewhat of a multi-tool for helping out with REM. On podcasts, I do tech, I help out with streamathons, things like that. But yeah, that's me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and Nuada?
Well, that's my screen name. I'm David or Dave, either one. And I am brand spanking new to the REM Alternis family. I've never played before the streamathon with you guys before the streamathon started, and I have to say I've been very happy and feel very welcomed by everyone, and had a couple of great games so far. So
That is great to hear. I love seeing new faces, and we're always trying to get new players because, it gets boring seeing the same old faces and you kind of get into a little clicky thing. But no, we are very, very, very happy to always have new people.
yes.
And I'm so glad you signed up. Is this the only game that you're in? Or are you in a couple others?
No, I played the Power Rangers game earlier today with, I cannot remember his name.
Annabon.
John, yeah. And, like I was saying, it's my first time experiencing the Essence system. And like I said, I have very little Power Rangers lore, and it's not my jam. But, it was great being a game that had a lot of people that, were feeling the zone in there. And as I told John, it's like, thanks for, this is my first time with the Essence system, and I've already got ideas for running Gatchaman or Voltron using a hack of Power Rangers, and I know that GI Joe and Transformers very much are my jam, and that's a big crossover. There's many crossover games that go on with that.
And fun fact, they have not sponsored this statement at all, but they are releasing a ultimate mashup book for G.I. Joe, Transformers, and Power Rangers.
That's what
awesome.
That's what John said. And my second game was the Tales of Zadia by, again, I can't remember her name. I apologize, but she's Geek Forge.
Jen.
Jen, yes.
Yeah, that's Jen.
Jen, and that was a nice introduction to the Cortex system, and that went off really fantastic.
Yeah, the Cortex is a nice system.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that sounds awesome. I am so glad you're enjoying yourself. You got into a lot of games. We try to give priority to the newer players who might not, don't get in as many games. So that is very awesome to hear.
Well, and I'll be, I'm definitely going to be, after I recover from this weekend, I'm definitely going to start fishing around to run various games for the group.
That sounds awesome.
I've been playing. I'm a grognard. I've been playing since 1980, and running just about as long. If there is a system out there, I have either played it or run it, or both.
That is great. I doubt you'll find. I doubt you'll have a shortage of players.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's get into characters. So, Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Who are the players?
I am more than happy to take on the role of the hacker.
Okay.
I know that hacking in Cyberpunk games is the class for GMs to run and for parties to endure with, but
depends on the system. This one is a Forged in the Dark system. It's very, very very
think-
narrative heavy.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, being a narrative system, it's going to work a lot better than pretty much any of the other straight up
Oh, yes.
simulationist cyberpunk, because, when my decker says, okay, I'm going to go do this, the entire group groans and starts ordering
Yes.
pizza. When I run, I find it's best to just focus a little bit on the hack, leave, go to the rest of the party, have them doing the footwork, spread the love around. That's the
yes.
key to being a good GM.
Definitely. And Vorrt, what are you thinking about playing?
I feel like that needs a bodyguard.
Okay.
Someone to watch their back while they're not able to pay attention to their surroundings.
I
That
need a
sounds
bullet
cool.
shield.
So what are your handles? What do people call you on the streets?
Mm.
Mine is Bucky.
Bucky. All right. I like it.
I'll go with Chrome Raptor.
Cool. I like it. That's awesome. All right. And so you guys have the Google Sheet that I gave you the link to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. So that'll help you with your characters. So first, what's your angle? What are you running for? Are you looking for payback for somebody? Just looking to get a better life? Are you just taking a moral stance? Are you searching for some truth? Or do you just want to get out of this life and get, settle down, have a better life?
I just want to make a butt ton of money and start, head to somewhere nice, sunny, and sandy, lying on the beach, earning 20% return on investments.
All right. Want to retire?
I'm here to make them pay.
Ooh, all right. I need to write down character names so that I do not have to keep asking through the night. Bucky and Chrome Raptor. That is so cool. All right, so we know why you're running. Everybody.
So it's literally Falcon Winter Soldier.
Yeah, all right. All right, and so how do you do things? So that's your approaches. That's kind of the attributes in this one. There's 4 of them. So do you approach things aggressively with force, intimidation, destruction, smart, creativity,
Smart.
cunning, perception? Then you have empathic, which is your charisma, your leadership, your diplomacy. Or there's cautious, which it's cautious.
It's stealthy.
You're cautious.
Yeah.
You take your time to, plan to take every precaution possible. And so for those, you can assign 1, 2 to your main approach. How you prefer to approach things will be your 2. Then you'll have 2 1s and a 0. And so when you make rolls, that'll be your, more or less, that'll be what you're adding to your 2d6.
Aggression is my 2. Smart and stealthy are my 1s.
There you go.
Okay. I'm going to do smarts is my 1. Stealthy and aggressive are... Oh, sorry, smarts is my 2, and the other 2 are my 1s.
We have no empathy in this group.
Hell no, we're criminals. What do we need empathy for?
All right. Are you on the sheet?
Yeah, I am on the sheet. I'm in my copy and my
Oh, okay.
Google
You
Drive.
made it. Okay.
I'll say I put it on the copy you gave us.
Yeah, that's fine. That's totally that's what I intended. But that's fine. I can just copy Chrome Raptors on this one.
Okay.
All right. So we have your approaches. Now you have your skills, your expertise. So you have 8 points. And those skills, I'll just read them out. Close combat, endurance, hacking, influence, mobility, observation, piloting, ranged combat, rigging, sciences, streetwise, and survival. So when you put a third point in a skill, that is an expertise. So it's basically your specialization in Shadowrun. So if you put 3 ranks, make sure you choose a specialization.
Alrighty.
Those are pretty wide. If you can make an argument for it, I'll allow it.
Okay, and how many points do we distribute in skills?
8.
8 points.
Yes.
And what about the expertise button?
When you put a third rank, so it's only 0 to 3 for skills. There's nothing goes higher than that. When you put a third rank in a skill, that is an expertise.
Okay, so I can actually put 3 points into a skill starting off.
Yes, you can put. I mean, you can put 3 in 2 different skills if you wanted.
Right.
There's no limit as far as that goes. And just for for reference, as we go into this, I have only played this game once, and I have never run it as a GM.
Okay.
And when I played it, I was playing with one of the creators of the game.
So what is analysis for?
Oh, is that a...
It's one of the skills. I assumed that was the observation skill you had mentioned.
I wonder if this, yeah, the sheet that I have may be out of date. That might be from one of the earlier playtest versions. I didn't check to see if it was updated. Yeah, that would be the observation.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And then the coding would be the hacking.
Yes. And
Tech would be
so
rigging.
we have, and then we have 3 points worth of gear.
That's variable.
Yeah, we'll get to gear.
Okay, sorry.
So have you all both chosen your skills and
Yep.
or expertises?
Yep.
Okay, and so everybody starts off with 1 free cyberware. Now, there's no standardization to this. You can come up with whatever the hell you want, whatever feels right. One example that they give is like racing legs. I believe when I did it, I think I did my character cyber limbs because I recreated a Shadowrun character when I played. And basically that will give you a bonus when you use them.
Okay.
When they fly.
Do they would something like, say, the ubiquitous data jack be considered cyberware augmentation, or is that just so common that we don't have to worry about?
Yeah, that's common. That's one of those that's like that's like a smartphone. Everybody's got one.
Yeah.
You could, let me see. Also, if you wish to take, like, say, a second piece of cyberware, you can. However, it must be either glitchy or you are hunted for it.
Got it.
Or also, there is a third one. So you can start off glitchy on one approach of your choice. Glitchy is glitchy is fun. You're more likely to glitch than you are not. So when you roll with a glitchy piece of gear, approach or action, one of the dice will be a glitch. If the glitch rolls a 1 to 3, PC suffers a consequence. Consequences can be resisted as normal.
All right. Okay, I'm taking a reflex enhancer.
Cool.
Or actually, no, you know what? I'm going to, rather than that, I think I'm going to go with a smart gun link.
All right. That's cool too.
I'm taking a multi-sensory alert system to help better detect people coming.
All right. Awesome.
Wait, did you say we
Either
had?
of you
Oh, yeah,
taking
we only had one piece of
second?
cyberware. We have
Yeah,
two.
you get one for
okay,
free.
Gotcha.
You can take extra cyberware or add extra features to your first one. But
Yeah.
it's like I said, either glitchy, you stole it or owe somebody money for it, and so you're hunted, or it's damaged your damaged your body, and one of your approaches it starts glitchy.
Yeah.
Are we happy with just the one each? Or do you
I
have
am.
ideas?
Yeah, I think I'm good with that as well.
Okay, not a problem. So for gear, you don't start with it. There's no starting gear. You start off with a load. If you choose a light load, you can move quicker, move through smaller spaces, blend in with the crowd. You look like you look like everybody on the street. And normal load, you look pretty conspicuous. You look like you're ready for trouble. A heavy load, you're drawing a lot of attention to yourself. And so a light load is 1 to 3 load, 4 to 5 is normal, 6 load is heavy. Every item has load associated with it. And it's normally 1 or 2. I believe heavy armor is 3. And you don't run out of ammo typically, unless it's the result of a complication. And if that happens, you can resist it, or just mark off ammo in your gear to reload.
Alrighty.
Okay, I believe that at the moment that's character creation.
Okay, so we automatically start off on the sheet. It says gear light.
You can change it with the drop down there.
There's a drop down, yeah.
Tells you how many points you're spending.
Okay. Oh, okay. There, I just didn't scroll aside enough. Yeah, I'm keeping it light.
Yeah, and you don't have to mark anything off until you declare you want to use it.
I got it now.
Yeah, that's one of the beauties, in my opinion, of the Forged in the Dark systems, is
it
assumes you're professionals. So when something comes up, you need that, you have it.
Yeah, I have played Blades in the Dark before, but not enough to have it ingrained up here yet.
I just got done playing a Blades in the Dark game.
All right, I marked 3 things that I know I would have no matter what, and I'm leaving an option for the other 2 as I go.
Okay. All right, so I am playing I'm running one of their free. I backed the Kickstarter for this. So I've got all the early release PDFs and everything. And why do I not have that run open? So we are running. I need to slow down.
While you get that set up, I'm gonna grab some water real quick.
Not a problem. Okay, but we are running through a scenario called Mind the Gap. It's a pretty straightforward cyberpunk run, ideal for introducing both players and GMs to the system. So I figured it would be a great choice for this, considering at the time when I chose it, I had never played before. And given that this is a streamathon, people watching likely more likely on the recording than live. I don't think we have very many live audience out there, except for Billy. I see more, but I don't know. They're not very active in the chat, so they might just, Have it open in the background for solidarity. Also, I'm logged in and Vort's on there.
Billy's been on all day. Are we sure he's not just a bot?
No,
No.
nobody's sure of that. All right. So I have my, is that the right version of Mind the Gap? Nope, that's version 1. I need version 2. Okie dokie. So where do we start? Straightforward run. Okay, so your job is you're to deliver a package. And this is this run is happening inside a TRANSMETROPOLITAN monorail train, racing through an endless urban sprawl. PCs are tasked with protecting and delivering a package. So you're to deliver a package to the extraction point at car number 22. We've created your character. And so you've picked your load. Yes, you've got Chrome Raptor is going with a light load.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And Bucky, you're going with a normal load?
Yep.
All right. Ooh, excuse me. Okay. So let's start with just setting the scene. And I'm going to leave this to you guys. What kind of other passengers are there in this car that we see?
There's a school field trip there with a couple teachers monitoring a class.
All right.
We have the obligatory unhoused person sleeping off whatever the cheap alcohol equivalent synthahol is,
Yeah.
stretched out over a full bench row.
All right. So you begin in car 18. Who's holding the package?
I am.
Yeah, he is.
All right, so you've got the package in hand, and your ears are currently ringing as a flashbang has just detonated.
Ow.
And Black Hounds, I don't know what they are. This doesn't tell me much. They are, we'll go with a mercenary force, are pushing their way through the crowd. They're noticeable by their black armor. They're basically dressed in basically SWAT armor, but instead of SWAT, they've just got like the breast of the face of a hound on their armor.
Mm-hmm.
And they're pushing through the crowds in your direction. What are you going to do? Oh, and opposite them, they're coming from the front of the train, pushing their way through the crowd. Behind you is an electronically locked door.
And which way do we need to go to deliver?
Through the electronic door.
Okay.
You're coming from the front of the train. You need to get back to 22. You're in 18.
Right. Okay, so is 22 the direction away from the Black Hounds?
Yes.
Sounds good to me. I run over to the door and I start working my digital magic.
And I marked another item that I have, and I pull out a smoke grenade to provide us cover while Raptor is hacking, so that they don't just start blindly shooting at us and throw it down.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's start with the hacking.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll. That would be Oh goodness, I have to. Let's figure out how rolling works together. Like I said, I've only played this once, and I was walked through by one of the creators, so didn't really have to think much. I just rolled what he told me to.
Oh, it's all good.
Okay, so you action roll. When a player character faces a risky situation, the outcome is determined by the action roll. So you've described what you want to accomplish. What approach are you taking?
Oh, hang on a second. The approaches again are
Aggression, empathy, smarts, or stealth.
smarts.
And the skill would be hacking.
Coding, you mean?
assuming.
Yep.
Unless you had a different idea. I mean,
Nope.
Yeah. Coding is the correct skill there.
yeah, that's one of the ones that changed names between edits.
That's fine.
I haven't updated my sheets because I didn't realize they were out of date. All right, and so let's see. Assess if either or both sides have edge. Let's see. Do you have a specialization or expertise in hacking?
Yes, I do.
What is that?
Oh, I have to choose the expertise. I just didn't.
Yeah, it would be like a specialization.
Okay.
So are you? I don't know. I think I chose like hosts or something when I did mine.
Yeah, I just basically just chose security.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, ICE basically.
Yeah, so that I'm gonna say that would give you an edge in this situation.
Okay.
So, if so, they will then inform what threat and effect levels can be expected. So effect level gain and they set to level 2 by standard. No. Increase threat and edge that could improve bonus might be reduced effect. Okay, so you're going to. Oh wait, if you. My apologies. Like I said, if you have a. Oh, okay. So when using an expertise, you can trade 1 die for an edge. And this is just like Blades in the Dark. You only take the highest result on the die. So you've got 6 is a total success, 4 and 5 partial success, 2 and 3 is failure, and 1 is like a critical failure.
Okay, so I have smartness 2, coding 2, expertise in ICE.
That would be 5 dice.
And also,
you could trade 1 of those dice for an edge, which would give you an increased effect when hacking this door.
Okay, and having a cyber deck, does that provide any advantage, or it's just
cyber deck? That would straight up give you an edge to begin with.
Okay. But I can't utilize 2 edges, can I?
I don't see why not. It would just make it would make it easier for you to do.
Okay. So I'm going to be rolling 5 dice, you said?
Yes. Are you only taking the 1 edge?
I'll take both edges.
Okay, so that would be 4 dice, and then you would have that would be like a great effect.
Right. I'm going for speed. Okay, so 4 dice. Okay. Roll. Okay, and do I total up or do I go with the highest dice results?
The highest die.
6.
All right, that is perfect. You start
If I roll,
hacking.
if one of the dice is a 1, does that do anything?
No.
Okay.
Not if just.
I just wonder if it's a cancel out. Okay.
All right, so the player rolls all dice and reads the single highest result. If you get, what is that? Right, if you get 2 6s, that is a critical success.
Well, 6 and a 5, but
all right. So it goes as well as intended. Describe how you expertly and without breaking a single sweat have hacked through this door.
I sprint to the door, slide down onto my knees, pulling out the connect cable from my cyberdeck and plugging it into the maintenance port. There's, just hit cyberspace, launch the counter programs, and get the door opened up. And it's like, okay, let's move.
All right, and Bucky, you said you had pulled out a smoke grenade.
Yes. So I was gonna use stealthy, ranged combat, no expertise, and the grenade. So that's 3 dice with an edge from the grenade, or 4 dice?
Let me see. What I need to look at exactly what does give you an edge. That would be that's just part of your loadout, right? Not
Yeah, smoke grenade just part of my loadout.
Okay, that wouldn't give you an edge.
Okay.
And you're not using any special gear, like your cyberware, right?
Right. No. This is purely just throw some smoke down to give us cover.
And no expertise, so yeah, no edge. But they don't have an edge up on you either. So this is going to be a
4 dice. 3.
You total the
Approach.
you total
the skill.
total the approach and the skill. Yes.
Okay, so 3 dice.
Yes.
So,
No, not 36 d6, just 3d6.
And while he's rolling, does the smoke grenade, does that give me an edge also if they're shooting at me?
Yes, it would give you edge versus the.
Alright, so I got a 9 total.
What's the highest die?
6.
6. All right, that is a success. No drawbacks, no consequences. So you describe it.
So yeah, I just pull just a canister out, pull a pin, and drop it down at my feet, and out comes billowing just this, because I want to be fancy, color shifting from dark blue to dark purple smoke that just fills the air, making us very indistinct to be seen. Blocks my line of sight to them as well, but I'm not trying to shoot through this if I can avoid it.
Fair. All right, so I'm assuming you guys dart through the door into. Ooh, excuse me. And into car 19.
Yes.
As the chaos and commotion behind you, you hear kids crying and teachers trying to A, calm them, and B, protect them as these mercenaries are pushing through the crowd of school children. I'm so sad that you put children in the way of this. But you managed to get through. Do you close the door behind you? Are you locking it from your side?
I don't just close the door behind us. Once Bucky's through, I will shoot the control panel I was just at before the door closes. And then get into the car and shoot the control panel for that door too.
All right, I'll say that works without a roll. As you get into the next car, the people in it are staring at you wide-eyed, and You hear an announcement over the PA. Running can cause accidents. Please do not run. Go back instead.
I've already got control of the speakers. All right. And this car has more of the school children and teachers and stuff in here.
I don't know. Does it?
Okay. So new car, new set.
I mean, I am 100% into the cooperative storytelling, so it's not relevant mechanically, so it is up to you. What is in this car? Who is in this car? Either one of you can come up with it.
Just because it's cyberpunk, there's a shall we say lady of the night servicing her John
All right.
off to one side.
Okay.
You know what? I'm not going to add anything to that. They found this car for privacy reasons, as it were.
Okay. So there's two pairs of freaked out eyes staring at you. Sorry.
It's cyberpunk.
Let's
Come on.
see what time we have. 2 hours to our end time. Not quite. It's just hinted at, Billy. It's not mature content yet.
I want to keep it. It's cyberpunk, so it should be somewhere between PG-13 and R. It's skirting the border, dancing between both.
Yes, that is basically what it does. I'm going to say, when you hear that PA, the voice over the PA, Bucky, you're pretty sure you recognize that voice. But you can't place it. And at the same time, Chrome Raptor.
Yep.
I'm assuming, are you moving like onto the next door?
Yeah, I'm headed towards the next door.
Yeah, so as you're making your way through this car, the digital ads on each on each side, the windows, everything's got ads on it.
Mm-hmm.
One of them catches your eye and makes you stop. And you notice it says, "Don't run." And then you look at the next one. It says, "Face them. Destroy now." And the number 12. And this isn't just like one ad, it's like a whole bunch of them. So you see like "Don't run" over here on the left, and then "Face them. Destroy now." And then you get to the door where the panel is, and the panel just reads 12.
Okay. Yeah.
What do you do?
I'm going to just repeat what I did in the previous car. I'm going to hack that panel and get the door open so we can keep going while Bucky covers me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna take position on the side opposite of the couple, and I'm gonna look at that. It's like, this is a good time to get horizontal, and I'm gonna pull out my rifle and just post up.
Phrasing.
Okay.
What? I figure if they get underneath the seats, they're protected from stray fire because they're not in the line of fire.
Yeah, they are still confused. But they have heard the commotion in the previous car, and you're wielding a pretty large assault rifle. So there is the sound of zippers zipping back up, and they do get underneath the seats, whatever. They're staying well out of the way. Chrome Raptor, go ahead and give me right, thanks,
Same-
Billy.
Same thing again.
Yeah, go ahead and give me the hack on this story.
Okay.
And are you gonna try to die for an edge or just roll all 5?
I'm just gonna roll all 5. Again, the 6 and a 5 are the 2 highest, but that'll
Alright.
work. And I'm just using the edges just to speed through as quickly as possible. I will, however, drop a quick text file into the door's RAM saying, "Forgive me if I don't take advice from disembodied spiders."
Alright. So yeah, you get this one open, no problem, just like the first one. And you move through into car number 20.
Yeah.
All right.
Move in, wait for Bucky to advance, and then shoot out the panels again to make it more difficult for them to break through and follow.
Yep, I follow back, and again, just keeping the gun trained in case anybody decides to get frisky and pop their head out.
Yep.
And there's another PA announcement. It says, "Please secure your packages or throw them through the window now."
I will chime back like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. I take a job, I complete the job.
And the receiving end better be there when we get there, I add.
Something, you say that, and something, like, as you're saying it, you wholeheartedly believe it, but something in the back of your mind says this is wrong. And then Bucky, you've been keeping an eye on everything, and this includes, glancing out the windows, making sure whatever weird shit isn't gonna come at you from one of the windows.
Mm-hmm.
And you realize what the cityscape outside is. It doesn't change. Or rather, it does, but you see that same, let's say an arcology out in the distance. And it's like you've been maybe traveling in circles.
See, are you noticing anything that's actually different?
I don't know. I mean, are we just? It's not the cityscape that we were expecting. View out the windows.
It's the cityscape you were expecting, but it's not changing like it should.
Okay, I'd like to try to figure out if someone has the window screens on like a security loop.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make another hacking roll.
Okay. This time I will actually just use. This time I will use one of the edges.
Okay. So it'll be at a greater effect.
Yeah. So 5 dice plus an edge. Oh, I'm glad that I did that. So that is 4, 3, 3, 2.
All right. So a 4 is still a success, but it is a success with a consequence. So
Do I decide the consequence, or do you?
Okay, so I don't think I'm gonna say reduced effect because you had that edge, so I'm not gonna reduce the effect. Lost opportunity or complication. Or so okay. I will give you a choice.
Mm-hmm.
So you can take what let's see, hold on. This would be harm is determined by like the level of the threat, I think. Yeah, okay. So this is just a level 2 threat. So you would take 2 harm as like biofeedback damage, we'll say. Or I just had my list in front of me. Where did it go? Or a different complication, something affecting you moving forward.
You know
believe
what?
The harm should be able to be resisted. Let me remember how you resist harm.
I was going to suggest that the mercenaries make it into the next car, so they're one car closer to us rather than being 2 cars away at this point.
Yeah.
Or when we get to the door to car 21, the control panel has been disconnected or some type of service error that makes it more difficult for me to hack in.
No, I like the first one. So yeah, as you're hacking into this, trying to figure out, do they have, are they showing a looped video or something? What is going on here? You do hear in the car behind you, back in 19, you hear them physically like break open the door into 19. So you hear the we'll call it like a minor explosion.
Right.
And Vorrt, what kind of who's in this one? Who's in this car?
This car has a late teens, early 20s group of street teens decked out in their favorite band's colors and clothing, getting ready to head towards a concert.
Trying to make it through gang territory back to their safe zone.
No. I'm not copywriting any films that have been made in history or violating copyrights of said things.
It's not violating, it's taking inspiration from.
As you're Bucky, as you're looking around the car and searching for threats, and you don't really stop and examine the teens for too long. It's just kind of one of those quick assessment, not a threat, moving on.
Yep.
But as you're moving on from them, something flickers just like out of the corner of your eye, and you turn your head back to look at them, and you could have sworn that the girl with the green dreads was just sitting where the guy with the pink mohawk is, and it looks like they glitched out and switched places, like glitches in a video game. And as you're looking at them closer and trying to figure out what the hell just happened, what am I seeing, you realize that they're sitting too still. They're not reacting to your presence at all. What do you do? Hold on. I need to resolve the hack. Right.
Yes.
We did the consequence, but not the results. So yeah, there's no video, there's no footage being played over, over the windows or anything, and you're scrolling through, looking through all of the code, and the number 12 keeps popping up, like in places it shouldn't be. Like there should be no. You're looking at zeros and ones and you come across a 12.
I look over at the couple and I just mutter, either of those two just suddenly shift into Elrond, I am out of here. Okay. I'm going to straighten up and look to Bucky, and it's like, yeah, something is definitely not cool here. I'd say get ready for a stand-up fight. And then I turn to the others, the other passengers, and I've got my gun out, and I say, all of you, next car down, right fracking now.
They don't seem to have heard you. They continue their somewhat stilted conversation. None of them even glance your way.
Yeah.
I walk up to the one with the pink mohawk, pulling out a cred stick, and it's like, hey, 100 creds if you guys bug out right now. First round of drinks is on me.
He turns and looks at you, and it's not a natural motion. It's honestly kind of creepy because nothing but his head turns to look at you.
He pulls
And his
the data.
eyes just look dead. They're like, there's no emotion. There's, you would say, a soulless look. And he says, in the same voice as over the PA, says, "Dear passengers, please get the fuck out through car 12. Not 22, 12.
I look back to Raptor.
And then
Yeah.
he turns his head back towards, where he was looking before at the girl, and their conversation continues as if you hadn't interrupted them.
I'll actually walk over to Raptor because try to talk at a lower volume. It's like, I don't know what's going on here. This is.
Yeah, I'm not sure myself. I have my suspicions, but I don't know how it would have happened. So, okay.
Do we keep going? We're 2 cars away from our original.
No, we're gonna go forward. We gotta go through them.
All right. Crack my neck a little. Stay behind me.
Of course. I know how meat shields work. And I drop back, take up a support position with my pistol.
All right.
So.
You start moving towards the front of the train.
Yep.
As you get to the front of this car, and you're getting ready to open the door, you're between your hacker and the threats, that being the Black Hounds.
Mm-hmm.
And the train, it suddenly takes like a sharp dive down so quickly and so suddenly that it causes an effect very similar to 0G. And as you're trying to stabilize yourselves, Um, something suddenly clicks for Chrome Raptor.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that this is a simulacrum. It's a virtual environment built for navigating highly complex neural networks.
Yeah, that's what I thought. The question is how would we have gotten in there?
Yeah, so this is kind of gonna be this is another one where I'm gonna ask you guys questions and we'll build this together. So what neural network is this? And why are you protecting it? So just a little bit more information, because there's a couple of things. So this is a 3-act structure. So this is basically the end of Act 1, is you remembering that you're in a virtual network, virtual
Okay.
environment. So, and you realize that the package is actually a virus, and you were inadvertently delivering it to the neural network's core, which is CAR 22. So, what network is this, and why are you protecting it?
Are we protecting it though?
Yes, you do remember that is your actual job here. Another question that we'll answer here is, how did you forget?
Hmm. So for the neural network, I'm going to want to say a recursive AI, which is basically a true holistic learning AI
Okay.
rather than, the expert systems that we have.
Yeah, the chat GPT.
Yeah.
All right. And so
Um,
why are you protecting it?
We're protecting it because this AI was actually trying to help those on the street level through financial means.
Okay.
I mean, all that I had was basically rehashing Neuromancer. So hey,
I need to reread that book.
All right.
oh,
And so, how did you forget?
I'd probably say some type of um, ice trauma, basically little brain burn,
Okay.
whether it's from a company trying to stop us or from some built-in ice defenses of the AI.
You know, that first option actually leads into the next question that we are going to be answering, and that is, who sent the Black Hounds with the virus? So basically, this is how you got the package. The package wasn't the original job. The Black Hounds showed up with the virus. Who sent them? And why?
One
Arasaka Corp. It's always Arasaka.
All right.
All right. I was gonna go for the megacore banking infrastructure.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, that's good. Yeah,
Agent Banking Corps.
a consortium of banks. They don't
Keeping
like the idea of having an AI that can hack into the banking system to transfer funds around,
I
especially
mean, that's
not one that they control.
it's a fair fear from their side of things.
yeah. Well, fair. Also,
Oh, and
Hey.
so did they want to control or destroy the neural network?
Destroy. They don't ever want something like this to pop up again.
Mm,
Because
that's fair.
if somebody else could copy it in some way and clean it up, they could reuse it for its original purpose.
Right.
All right, yeah, cool. All right.
So, just as a player question here,
Mhm.
we, the runners, have the virus in our possession?
Yes,
Okay.
that is what the package is.
Okay.
So your objective has reverted back. So now your objective is no longer to get the package to car number 22. You can either push the Black Hounds and the package back to car 12, or you can attempt to destroy the package.
No, we're not going to destroy the package. I think I have an idea what this guy, what the AI is up to.
Yeah, we can't destroy the Da Vinci virus.
We can't destroy the MacGuffin.
All right.
Yeah, so
well,
we're gonna
I
push
think...
towards 12.
Okay, that's perfect. Now we have our goal, and I think we're going to take a 15-minute break here, we'll say.
Sure thing.
Just to, give me a little bit of a break.
Yeah, that's fine. I will just use the intro thing and call it good. So we'll see folks in 15.
Yep,
You
at the top of
betcha.
the hour.
All right.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Thanks for sticking around, and don't forget, we are doing a giveaway of the Shadowrun 6th edition core rulebook PDF. If you would like to be entered and for a chance to win that, go ahead and do as Billy Berserker did and drop a hashtag REMPC in the chat for one entry. If you spend any bits, every 100 is another entry, and if you subscribe, that is 7. We will do a drawing at the end of the game. If nobody else enters, it's going to Billy. Although I think Billy might already have the PDF.
You may just, give it to somebody else.
Yeah. All right. So the team of runners has decided they need to push back the Black Hounds and get the package back to car 12. So you start moving and you're at the door to the next one. The train is leveled out. And how are you holding the package? And what form does it take currently?
The package is a small black, roughly the size of like a mason jar that just seems to have some multicolor shifting liquid inside it. And
Okay.
I've got it tucked away in an inside pocket to my jacket.
Oh, okay. Well, you've made your intention known and you're moving back towards the front of the train, and the package begins to move in your pocket.
As in a direction pulling backwards?
As in, it feels like it's trying to get out of your pocket. And it seems to be growing.
I'll pull it out of the pocket and just try to make sure the lid's on tight.
It's not a jar anymore.
Uh-oh.
It's still got that multicolored look to it, and however, it's continuing to grow, and it's got like these 4 tentacled limbs that begin growing and stretching out with claws at the end of it. And when it's full size, it's about the size of, let's say, like a medium-sized dog, like a German Shepherd, we'll say. But it's got like this hard, it looks like almost like a carapace. It's heavily armored, and it's got these 4 tentacly limbs that have just like 3 claws each on the end of them. It does not seem to want to let you move forward. In fact, it's actively trying to kill you. And having realized now that you are in a simulacrum, you do know if you die here, you die in real life.
Right then.
You are that deep into the Matrix. Or whatever legally distinct term.
Well, I'm going to throw it down and then pull out one of the knives I have on me from my blades or two, and I'm gonna try and like just cut one of the tentacle limbs off as close to the body as possible. Because while it may be armored with carapace, it's still got to have flex points.
Mm-hmm. All right. Go ahead and how are you? I'm assuming that's aggressive.
Oh, this is very aggressive.
What scale are you using?
Close combat.
All right, and let's see. And you're let's see, blade. Okay. All right.
So that would
Go ahead and make your
be
roll.
what is it? That's 2 for aggressive, 1 for close
Aggressive, one close
combat.
combat. Mm-hmm.
So just 3 dice. All right.
Yep.
I don't want to say.
Well, okay. In that case, I
3.
will tell you you can push a roll.
Okay.
So you can mark 2 stress. And okay, hold on. Let me see. Actually, yes, you can mark 2 stress and add 1 die to your roll. So you can roll another die.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that because right now it's 3. I have rolled a 3 and 3 1s.
Okay.
It
All right,
don't
so
want me to
3.
succeed. The Matrix has invaded your roll 20, so
So, with a 3, that is a failure, my good sir.
yep.
Things go bad and you suffer the consequences. So for this one, this is just going to be straight up harm as you're trying to slice one of this thing's limbs off. However, the claws at the end of it are very, very sharp, and you take 2 harm.
Now looking at the harm chart, there's 2 boxes for 1, 2 boxes for 2, and 1 box for 3, so we could take a total of 5 harm.
Yeah, so this would be a level 2 harm. This is not like other Forged in the Dark systems where it starts at minor and then goes up to level 1, 2 level 1s, and then a level 2 level 2s or whatever. You get a level 2 harm right away.
Now, I have armor myself. Would that reduce the harm in any effect?
Ew. Let's see. Oh, you can resist a consequence. So this would be what your armor does.
Alright.
You can... Okay, so... Describe... So you declare how you do it, and you roll the appropriate approach. So... How... I'm gonna say aggressive, probably.
Yeah, the approach is aggressive. And it'd be... If a skill is added, it'd still be close combat. So as it's going to claw me and try and dig in, I'm going to basically twist my body so that it grazes across the armor plates that I have on the front. And have it try to absorb the damage that way.
Yeah, go ahead and roll it.
Alright, 3d6. Let's see if we can do better this time. Yes, I got a 6.
Alright, is it just 1 or
Nice.
did you get 2?
I got 1.
Okay, so normally with resisting this, you would mark 1 stress. However, because you've marked armor, instead of taking stress, it well, you mark the armor, and the armor takes it. So you've got a nice deep 3 parallel line scratch on your armor, and it just stopped short of catching your skin.
All right. I'm going to
So, Chrome Raptor. What's your action?
Okay, my action is going to be...
Let me see. I believe now that you realize you're in a simulacrum, you can do something to affect it by hacking.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I am going to
So
literally.
you can hack reality.
I'm going to hack reality.
Okay, so allow them by asking for a roll and or a stress cost, just like a flashback.
Okay.
Okay. That is very vague. Let me see if there's got anything else in here for me. It does not. This is very open-ended. What are you trying to do with this?
I am trying to. How many black dogs do we have in front of us?
The Black Hounds?
Black hounds, yeah.
Um, it's a group of them, but they're counted as it's a single entity basically. It's a single obstacle.
And they have grenades.
Uh yes, they have yeah, it's a paramilitary squad basically.
Yeah. Edit, delete grenade pins.
Okay.
All the spoons start popping off, and big bada boom.
Yeah, let's see. It wants me to do it like a flashback, so let's see. So invoke to roll for an action, and then it would cost stress. This is okay. Let's see. Stress cost depending on its plausibility. So we're gonna say this is 2 stress at the very least. And you have to roll for it.
Yeah.
Because even though I'm gonna say, even though like you have realized this is a simulacrum and you're hacking the paradigm,
Yeah.
there's still that part of you that's like, no, this is real. I can't do that. So that stress is you pushing past that,
Right. Right.
doing it anyway.
And I realize that it's not exactly something that's going to be coincidental. So it's going to be much more difficult to do, but cool factor engaged.
Oh, yes. Cool factor definitely engaged.
Okay. So I'm not going. I'm going to use both the edges. Oh no, never mind. I'm going to use the one edge because this isn't. Well, or would it be considered security?
Oh, this would
Up to you. I can live with or without it. I've already got the edge from the cyber deck.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't think this counts as security because they're basically an invading force.
Right. Okay. So it's
we
going
would
to be
get the one from the cyber deck.
right. So that's going to be the 4 for the 2 intellect, 2 coding, and then additional 1 for the cyber deck.
Yes.
65531.
All right. So this is a success. So it goes as you intend. It takes a moment, a few seconds. Let's see. Your effect, that would be your cyber deck would have increased the effect, so that would be at 3. All right. So yeah, you hear after a few seconds on the other side of the door while Bucky is trying to wrangle the package, or what used to be the package, the virus, as you now know it to be. You hear on the other side of the door in the car in front of you, you hear some muffled explosions. And let's see, that's the car that had those two.
The amorous couple, shall we say?
Yes.
Yes, that's a good way of putting it. Yes. You do hear cries of pain. You're pretty sure all of those are from the Black Hounds.
Well, I mean, there's simulations, so it's basically like killing NPCs in a video game.
That is true. That is very true. However, it does not take out all of them. You think you took out probably about half the,
Okay.
but you're not sure if more can spawn.
Oh, quite possibly.
All right, Bucky.
All right. So with this very naughty package, I'm going to. I have a combo actually I'd like to try, and I don't know how difficult or not this may be, but I'm going to try it. I want to kick it backwards, pull out my rifle, and take a shot at it.
Yeah, that's fine. It'll be 2 separate actions. So it'll be basically a melee attack for the kick, to get some to get that distance and hopefully injure it a little bit.
Yep. All right.
And then a second one to shoot. So those will be 2 separate.
Well, I've got 3d6 for the melee then, because this is absolutely aggressive close combat.
Yes, very much so. So this is threat level 2, and it'll be a standard effect, we'll say.
All right. So rolled my dice. I got a 6, 4, and a 1. So a 6 is my result.
All right. 6 is a total success. You kick this thing away. And we'll say, so the armor on this thing is like it's
like chitinous plate, like on a bug or a crab.
Yes. And so you kick it and crack one of the plates. So you're pretty sure you heard it.
All right, and then for the second one, that is, let's see here, 2 plus.
And go ahead and shoot it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do. Do I get to choose to spend the expertise as the edge before or after?
Before, because you would
affects the die pool.
Turn that die into an edge instead. So you would roll 1 less die, but you would get an edge. So you could do, I would say, increased effect on this one.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to spend it for that edge, and I'm hoping for an increased effect of maiming it enough that it can't move as well. All right, 6, 6, 4, 2. I got a pair of 6s on that one.
Pair of 6s is a critical, so that is you've increased your effect even further. So that would be let's see, effect was a level 2 to begin with, 3 with the edge, and so that brings it to a 4. Yeah, you take a shot at this thing, and you describe it. You haven't killed it entirely, but it is just barely hanging on.
So I pull up my rifle, I take aim, and I fire off 2 quick bursts, maiming the front left and rear right legs, so that it can't move, balance easily.
All right, and it is leaking that multicolored. It almost looks like a oil slick around it, as it's, that.
Yep.
Well, the oil, you know what I'm talking about. The
oil
on
effect. Pavement after it rains.
Yes, exactly that. Chrome Raptor, it's back to you.
Okay. The virus is it down or is it?
It's down, but not dead or defeated. Or
good.
I'm not even sure what it would be in this case, considering its code.
Yeah, I'm going to hack the virus.
Okay.
Hack the virus.
I'm going to smack it on the nose with a rolled up newspaper with my cyber tech.
That sounds good. All right, so we'll do 1 stress for that one.
Okay.
Just because it's so, like I said, it's so close to.
Okay, so that's 3 stress total. How much stress can I take?
So stress, I believe that is a flat number for everybody. Let me pull that up here so I can read you exactly. Come on, where's my stress at? Here, loadout, skills. Oh, you piece of junk. Eh. Oh, you bitch. Stress you can take. Let me pull open the player document. No. Stress. Leave that as a flat amount, but where are you? 1, 2. Okay, so yeah, on the sheet you should see a number of boxes. So you can take 1, 2. So there's 6, and then when you take 7, you're overloaded. While you're overloaded, you cannot an approach of your choosing becomes permanently glitchy and incurs a complication. And while overloaded, you cannot perform actions that would require stress or make
Got it.
resistance rolls.
Okay, so I am at 3 stress now.
Mhm.
Yeah, just a note to pass on. I really like the character sheet, but it needs to be condensed a little bit more because I'm missing a lot of stuff that's doesn't just fit onto the screen. And I have to remind myself to
Yeah.
side scroll. So
I think that depends on your screen too, unfortunately.
yeah. So
So yeah, 1 stress and make it roll.
okay. Well, I got 2 from Hacking Reality and then 1 from that one. So
Yeah,
all
but
right.
just this one costs 1 stress.
Yep.
It's
And
basically another hack reality.
right. Okay. Well, 3, 3, 1, 1, 1.
Oh no.
Grace is stuck.
welcome to my day from earlier.
Okay. Let's.
Can I buy success with the edge provided by the cyber deck?
I'll say you can use it to reduce the threat level,
Okay.
and the threat level would determine how much harm you take.
Right. Okay, I will do that then.
So you have reduced the harm. This is a level 2, just a standard level 2 threat. And so you will take a level 1 harm.
Okay.
As you try to hack the virus, and you just you're overconfident after the success with
Yeah.
the Black Hounds, and you just run straight into a firewall you were not expecting.
Yeah.
And so you kind of bounce off it with a bit of that bio
Oh,
feedback.
glad I updated those buffers.
Firewalls are Bernie.
And the Black Hounds, they've got the door open, and they're starting to, the few that are left are starting to pour into the car that you are currently in.
Mm-hmm.
Bucky.
Mm-hmm. The virus is still hanging on by a limb or two.
By a thread, yes.
Well, let's just put this down. This thing is, I won't give it a chance to recover, so I'm just gonna try and shoot it again.
Okay.
And I will take the edge for the expertise again, just to ensure.
Okay, for the increased effectiveness.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, my cockiness was not paid off, was not turned into hubris. I rolled a 5, 4, 2, 2, so I got a 5.
All right, so with a 5, let's see. So that is a success, but is a success with The consequence. So I will give you a choice. You do kill it. It's dead. It's your shot goes off and the legs completely goes goes still and collapses, and then it'll slowly just dissolve into that puddle and quickly it then evaporates and it's nothing. However, because the Black Hounds have made it into this car, I will give you a choice of taking 2 harm from the hounds because your back is turned toward them. Or actually, I'm not sure what other complication that would I would give you there.
No, we can just go with the first one.
All right.
Seems appropriate. I'm so focused on my target.
And you can still you can resist that harm still.
All right, I'll give that a try.
And so you would just declare the approach.
Aggression and streetwise, just to know that even though if my back's turned, I should always have some sort of cover, rubble, something.
Makes sense.
I got a 4. 4, 4, 1.
All right, so because your armor, it instead of taking 1 stress, or instead of taking 2 stress, you'll take 1 because of your armor.
Stress or harm?
Stress.
Okay.
This is so you take the stress in place of the harm at this point.
Gotcha. So I take 1 stress.
It just your roll determines how much stress you take. The better you roll, the less stress.
Gotcha.
If you crit, you actually clear 2 stress.
Fair enough.
Describe what that looks like.
So yeah, as I'm shooting down the virus and taking it out, I do hear them because of my multisensory alert system coming in. So at the last moment, I spin and duck behind one of the seats. Still manages to ping off a pauldron covering my right shoulder, so I grunt a little, but I roll my shoulder a little bit just to keep the motion going. It's sore, but not debilitating.
All right. And we are back to you, Chrome Raptor.
Alrighty then.
You have Black Hounds surrounding you because you guys were heading towards the front of the train, and so these Black Hounds have come into your the car that you were in car 20.
Yep. Okay, so we're going to embrace the paradigm, and I'm going to whip out my pistol and unload in a Black Hound.
All right. What approach are you using?
I am going to use I'm going to use my aggression.
All right.
So that's 1, and then one in range combat.
Okay.
For 2.
Mm-hmm.
No expertise, but I do have a light pistol that I can use.
Mm. That's what allows you to make the shot.
Yep. Okay, so that's just a 2, 5, and 5.
All right, 2 5s. That is a partial success with a consequence. So you do take out, we'll say, one of the hounds.
Mm-hmm.
But in doing so, one of them has managed to get in close with you.
Mm-hmm.
And swings at you. We'll just he's getting in close, so we'll say he's got a like a K-bar
Right.
combat knife. So he gets you pretty good. That would be a level 2 harm. You
Okay.
can resist it.
I will resist it. I do have light armor.
Cool.
So,
All right. Declare how you do it, and then choose the approach.
okay. So I have no close combat. I'm basically, would smartness apply for, excuse me, just kind of shooting and then ducking down into a crouch just to try to minimize my profile as the guy's closing in?
Yeah, I'll say smartness is good for that.
Okay.
Kind of like reading his body language and whatnot.
Yep. Okay, that's another 2 dice then.
Mhm.
2 and a 3.
All right, 2 and a 3. So
I do have light armor.
yes, so that'll be 2 stress instead of 3
Oh,
to resist that. Or I will allow you to choose, since you rolled so poorly, I will allow you to just take the damage instead of the stress.
okay, so what's the difference
If you would
between
like.
stress and damage?
So stress,
Oh,
how
harm.
much?
Gotcha.
What stress are you at? Or did I say damage? Yeah, I'm in harm.
Yeah. I'm at 4 stress.
4 stress. So taking 2 would bring you to 6, so you're not overloaded yet.
Yes. Yeah, I know that, but I'm kind of getting the sense that I'm going to have to do a lot more hacking.
Do you have a level 2 harm?
What do you mean by level 2 harm? I have 2 boxes. I have no harm.
Okay, you have no harm yet. Okay. So, taking a level 2 harm would I'm trying to remember if it's just 1 level 2 harm gives you the -1. To be 2.
Yeah, this looks like level 2 make me minus 1d.
1 It's been too long since I've played a game where I had to deal with harm. 1 level 2 harm wouldn't apply any negatives yet. Once you get to 2 level 2 harm, you take a -1 die to everything you roll.
Okay, gotcha.
2 level 1 harm means everything you roll has a lesser effect.
Gotcha. Okay, and it's not cumulative, right? So I don't have the lesser effect
Right.
penalty. Okay, gotcha. Okay. I'm just marking that with an X. Okay,
So you took the harm?
I took the harm.
Yeah. All right, so it'd be like stabbed or something
Yeah.
like that, slashed. Knife wound,
Right.
something
And
to represent how you got it.
the armor doesn't do anything.
No, armor just allows you to resist it and take less stress while resisting it.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. There is 1 black hound left. Bucky. What do you do?
I'm gonna approach this by standing up from the position I was ducking behind, firing off controlled bursts to take out this black hound while yelling at Raptor to say, "Let's go, let's go, let's go."
Okay.
So
Meat shield, you are not shielding me with your meat.
Yeah, the one remaining is the one that just stabbed a Chrome Raptor.
Oh, well, in that case, I will. Yeah, I'll just shoot him and then get Raptor going. Just get his movement. So, let's see here. Shooting. I'm just gonna take all 5 dice. I'm gonna assume that I can do well enough with 5. Hubris, please. 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. So no double 6s, but I got a 6.
All right. Yeah, you just go ahead and describe it, and describe the scene with all these dead black hounds, because the black hounds did not dissolve and disappear like the virus did.
Yeah, I'll grab the one that's stabbing Raptor, just pull them away, barrel of the gun, like pull them away, spin around, barrel the gun just straight into their chest cavity, couple quick bursts, and then throw the body off into one of the seats. And then, assuming they were kind of struggling near on the floor, help Raptor up and just let's GTFO time.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. We have half an hour. Yeah, we'll go ahead and move. Act 3. Act 3 can be pretty short, actually. So you guys make it through the rest of the train. Very quickly, the doors, you don't have to hack your way through. They all unlock as you approach. And a few times you think you see, like, the reflection of another Black Hound squad in one of the reflections in the windows. But behind you, you hear a couple drones like drop down from the ceiling, and they're taking shots at the Black Hounds as they come up behind you. Like, these squads are, you know, they weren't there when you passed by, but suddenly they are. But the security systems on the train activate and take care of them.
All right, looks like they're
once
trying to
you-
breach and get more reinforcements in.
So you get,
Oh, we better hurry the hell up.
Yes, we should.
yeah, so you guys make your way through the train that is strangely empty now. Like, there's no other passengers on the train now. It's completely empty. The windows that were overlooking the city are black. And you get to number 12,
Mhm.
and the door opens as you approach, and you see what looks like it looks like a subway station, whatever.
Mhm.
And you step out, and you wake up in an underground facility. You have cables all over you, on your temples, everywhere.
Yeah.
Wires monitoring your vital signs. This is not a professional setup. Everything is makeshift and salvaged tech.
Yeah. Pull off
Is
the
there
turd.
anyone here with you?
I am going to say that Bucky is here with me.
Well, yeah, I mean with you too.
Oh,
You guys both
there-
wake up in the same. You guys both wake up together in the facility, but is there anybody else here with you?
There is a kind of a cyber doc
yeah.
gentleman sitting here, looks vaguely like Henry Rollins.
Oh, stories of it. Yeah. We've got the Mads, cyberdoc / techie here with us who's been monitoring us.
All right. So, he looks at the two of you and everything all right?
Hardly.
Somebody sent black hounds in after us.
Yeah, we knew it was a possibility. That's why you were there, right?
You got a med kit around here?
Yeah.
Head is
Give me a
freaking
second.
pounding me. All right, I'm going to use some med kit and try to. You use med kits to try to reduce your stress.
We're basically at the end of the game, so you
Ah,
will have
okay.
there will be time normally well, if there was anything depending on how the answers on number 2 went, you might have there might have been people here waiting for you to wake up and were not pleasant. But I'm going to say there's not anything going to attack you here or anything like that. So you'll get a chance to clear your stress, and like the cyber doc will like he goes over to a drawer that he's got, and he pulls out a syringe of something, and you've got an IV in one arm, and so he just injects that into your IV, and then
Yes.
just relief floods through your
Oh,
body.
blessed delight.
All right.
And that's the run. Let's go to the angle roll. So that is. So your objective is completed, and there's no more threats. So this is basically a wrap-up montage.
Mhm.
So the scene ends. You guys get your rest, and this is basically your character's prelude. So you guys have done it. This was your final run. You did it. Just tell me, like, okay, let's start with Chrome Raptor. You wanted to retire. Describe, what does that retirement actually look like? You had your dreams of, white sandy beaches, and
Yeah.
where do you actually retire? What does that actually look like?
It pretty much is basically kind of what I described. Get a nice little uh, home out on like Aruba, someplace that a lot of other uh, ex-runners have retired to, so that if anyone sends anyone after me in retaliation, I've got some backup that is pretty easy to step in.
A runner retirement center.
That's right.
Just imagining a runner retirement home.
I'm retiring to Shady Shades.
That's like what was it? The Red movie, Retired Extremely Dangerous.
Yeah, pretty much.
Loved that. So what is the rest of? So you've retired from the life. Does he get married? Does he have kids? Anything like that, or is he just kind of one of those perpetually, I'm good by myself. I've got my
I'm good.
friends.
I'm good by myself, but I'll mentor a couple newbie hackers.
All right, so you're teaching the young blood the tricks
I'm
of the
teaching the
trade.
next generation. Yep.
Heck yeah. Bucky, what about you? What does your afterlife look like as far as your runner goes?
So I did succeed in making them pay because I was a former guard at one of those banks of the Corpo Megacorp in structure. So making them pay by making sure this AI stays around. I haven't fully retired from doing stuff in the city. I'm just a lot more selective. I try to keep my head a little bit down. So I do help out as needed. I still do angle for jobs that hurt the banking infrastructure, but I just basically I keep playing bodyguard, but I try and make sure it's for people that are. I look for the ones that are more important, that are rising, that I feel are not gonna rise and become megacorps, but rise and actually help those under the megacorps get up there.
Okay, so you're no longer running for necessity. You don't have to run to survive anymore. You've made your mark, and you've made your money, and you have enough to live on, but you're still out there fighting the good fight.
Yep.
I like it.
Cool.
Does he ever settle down or anything like that? Or does he go out in a blaze of glory at some point?
He'd go out in a blaze of glory because as time goes on, his reflexes will get slower, and there's only so much cyberware can do. But his blaze of glory is making sure this one last person they don't die. He dies ensuring somebody else lives.
All right, we've got a little bit more time, so I'm kind of curious. So I just want to build on this a little bit more. Who is the final one? David, do you have any ideas for who his final protected, protectee is?
His final protectee. Ooh. The daughter of his ex-boss who's trying to escape out from under her daddy's thumb.
Ooh. All right. Yeah. I like that.
The
So
reason for her escape is she's been aware of the AI we saved and some other stuff that's going on, and with her knowledge of the banking infrastructure, she wants to actually step and help those people because she realizes it's not as nice and promising as she once believed it to be.
Right.
All right. I like that. That sounds good. I like that.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to do anything suggestive there. I was just trying to come up with a good knife twist ending for you.
Yeah. No, that was very good. So I don't. Did you guys enjoy it? Did you have fun?
Oh yeah, this is great. This is great fun.
It was fun. Yeah, it's a very interesting scenario. The system. I don't know. Being a veteran of both the big two in the cyberpunk genre, I don't know if I really. I like the idea of a more narrative-based system. I don't know if this necessarily this hack of Forged in the Dark necessarily works though.
And that could be my failing as a GM too. I'm not very experienced in running Forged in the Dark games.
Yeah.
Or playing them very much.
But it is an option. It's an option.
I enjoyed it because it's not as crunchy as Shadowrun. I don't mind crunchy games, but for some reason, Shadowrun just has never clicked for me mechanically.
Totally understand that. And
6th edition has done really well with pulling back on the crunch.
Yeah. Billy and I were having a discussion in chat about 6th edition, and there's some aspects of 6 that I just really kind of kill it for me. I really don't like their new action economy system. So that's kind of been keeping me from 6th edition Shadowrun is my 4th edition Dungeons and Dragons, basically.
Yeah.
So
I feel that.
Yeah. So it's kind of I'll look at it, but I'm not rushing out to it. There's just so much other stuff in my collection that I want to, get started on and get something going with. So,
all right. Speaking of Shadowrun 6th edition,
nice
if there's
segue.
anybody out there in the audience who isn't aware, we are doing a giveaway of a Shadowrun 6th edition rulebook PDF. If you want to be entered for that chance to win, go ahead and drop a hashtag REMPC in the chat, or 100 bits will get you one entry per 100 bits, or a subscription will give you 7 entries. And this is kind of your last chance here. If nobody drops that REMPC, Billy, I believe, has been our only entry so.
That is correct.
Because that one that I just dropped does not count. I already have the PDF. I don't.
So do I.
And it was just an example. I don't know if we have any very active people in the chat. What else can I use to fill the silence?
Well, next up we have Call of Cthulhu Confidential, a noir 1v1 between GM and a player. Nice little 2-player system that we'll be demonstrating. And after that, at the hour, I believe that's the hour, at 10 a.m. Eastern here, we will have a title is Strange Old Worlds using the Star Trek Adventures system.
And what are your 2 upcoming games for today for Streamathon? when can people see you next?
I am only in one other streamathon game, and that'll be this afternoon at that'll be 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Raccoon Sky Pirates. And that'll be GM'd by Janity. And it just sounds so off the wall and fun. I cannot wait. It's gonna be fun.
I will see you there. I am also in that.
Oh yeah, so you are.
Yes,
All right, we'll get to be on the same side of the table this time.
that's right.
I don't
Making the
believe I'm playing in anything further today, but I will be administering the technical duties for 2 more. The 2 I mentioned.
Well, you did a great job tonight, especially considering the hour.
Yeah.
It ain't no thing, and then I can go to sleep afterwards.
There you go.
I am past the. I used to say in my youth, I'll sleep when I'm dead, and to justify staying up till like 6 a.m. on City of Heroes or World of Warcraft when I had to be at work at 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I
yeah.
said before the last game I was in, Blades of the Dark, I was like, I'm getting too old to be playing this late.
I am too, yes.
And like I was the youngest in that stream. I'm only 28, but got 29. Oh god, I'm getting old.
Listen,
yeah,
you whippersnapper.
I mean,
yeah.
you're only 14 younger than I am.
I'm tired. I used to be the baby of groups. Now I'm the old head.
Right, yeah. All right. Well, I think we're going to wrap it. I don't believe there's going to be any other entries. So
No. I do believe Billy has a free PDF to give away to somebody who needs it.
Yep.
yeah.
Good job, Billy.
So yeah, stick around. I believe the next stream begins in about 40 minutes, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct.
And it'll be Cthulhu Confidential using the Gumshoe 1-to-1 system. It's a pretty brilliant system. I have played a one-shot of it. I don't know which scenario they're doing, but mine was also a Cthulhu Confidential. That was a cables linked from shore, and we actually have that on the Alternis Archives podcast. It is a great system. We also have another one. I don't remember the name of that one. It's earlier in the podcast. Also on the Alternis Archive. Like I said, great system.
Yeah.
And
well, I'll tell you what, we can go ahead and wrap this one up a little early. I will get some interim stuff playing, and I'll see everybody in about, well, you won't see me, but we'll have it in about 40 minutes. Thank you all for tuning in.
All right. Stick around.
Thank you.